Very good evening. Am I audible? Yeah, that's great. So, very good evening, Doug. So, today what we are going to learn, yes. Thank you so much for your response. So, today what you're going to learn is we are going to learn programming logic. So, what does mean by programming logic, Doug? So, programming logic in the sense we will be learning all the MCQs part. Right? So, programming logic in the sense we will be learning all the MCQ parts. Right. So, here what they are expecting is so within 10 questions, so within 15 minutes, you will be solving 10 questions, right? So within 15 minutes, you will be solving 10 questions and you can expect your questions from C language, C++, and inside your C++, you will be having OOPS concept and STL concepts. What is mean by STL? Da? So STL is nothing but it is a standard library, standard template library, right? So you will be people learning that standard template library also. Yes. So OOPS is different and STL is different. STL is nothing but standard template library. So you will be learning standard template library, right? So then you will can expect from your Java and basic data structures will be there and pseudocodes, algorithms, so all the things you will be solving them, right? So you can expect these are all the question and both MCQs as well as fill in the blanks also can be asked here, right? So now we are going to start the session now. So I'll just display you the question. You just try to answer it. I will also explain you. Right. So here's your first question. So the value of the result in the C program is, so A equal to -10, B equal to -5, and flag is equal to 1, and result is equal to 0, comma I. So X is equal to abs of A and int Y is equal to abs of B. So for I equal to 1, I less than or is equal to X. So come on, tell me this answer. This is your fill in the blanks, right? So you people need to solve it. Yes, come on. Try to answer this fill in the blanks. My screen is not visible. Screen is visible or not? Check whether my screen is visible. Tirumudi Nachiyar, you may just leave the webinar and again join, ma. I think your side the network issue is there. Yes. So yes, ma, come on, tell me the answer for this. Yes. So what's your answer here, da? Yes, what is your answer here, da? What's your answer here? What is your answer here, ma? 1. How you are saying 1? Your answer is, what's your answer, Dhamma? So how you are saying your answer is 1? Actually, your answer will be 50. Right? So actually your answer will be 50. So how 50 means? So abs of A will be, A value will be 10. That is X value is equal to abs of A. So X will store the value of 10 and B will store, that is Y will store the value of 5, right? So now I equal to 1 less than or is equal to 10 means we will be adding the Y plus Y plus Y, right? So up to 10 means a 5 tens, so that is 5 plus 5 plus 5 will be, answer will be 50 here, right? So next we are checking the condition. So this condition will be false. So what happens here? It will not enter into the flag, right? So that will not enter into the if block and flag value will be 1, right? So result into flag is equal to, so result value is 50. So 50 into 1 will be, your answer will be 50, right? So your answer is 50. So X value will store the value of 10 and Y value will be storing the value of 5, and I equal to 1, 1 less than or is equal to 10 means your condition is true. So automatically moves inside your for loop, and then result plus is equal to Y means, so result will be 0. So 0 plus 5 will be 5. So up to the for loop will be executing up to X value is less than or is equal to 10, right? So the result value will be 50 now. So A greater than 0, so that condition will be getting false if condition, and then your flag value will not change to -1, right? So your result value will be last step, resultant is equal to flag means result is equal to result into flag, right? So result value is 50 and flag value is 1. So 1 into 50 will be 50. Finally, the result value will be 50. Have you understood, ma? Yes. Yes, that's great, Amma. So next I'm moving to the next question. So fill in the blanks of the particular code. Yes, come on, try to answer this question. Try to answer this question. Yes, come on. Answer this question. Yes, count plus plus, superb Dhammas. Your answer will be count plus plus. So why? Because I'm counting how many elements inside your array, right? So I'm printing the count means I'm just counting how many numbers. So I'm just incrementing my count value alone. So count plus plus will be your answer. Superb Dhamma. Have you understood that? I'm just incrementing, I'm just finding how many elements are there inside this. That's it. Have you understood, ma? Yes. So next. Here's your next question. Come on. No need of scan of Dhamma. Just I'm giving the functions alone and you can use it. They will not be given any codes and all. They will be given just that function alone, that logic alone. Right. Yes, come on. Three. Only 300. Yes. Yes. 3 table. How you are saying 3 table? Yes. Actually, your answer is 303. How? Because so after the for loop, you have the for loop is terminated by semicolon, right? So what happens here is, so I equal to 3, so for loop will be executing there itself, right? So I equal to 3 less than or is equal to 300, your condition will be true and it will not goes inside your for loop. Why? Because for loop is terminated with semicolon, right? So again, I will be incremented by 6 and 6 again less than or is equal to 300, condition is true. So what happens here? Up to 300, it will check you the condition and again 300 will be incremented here, right? So 300 will be incrementing here. So 303 again I'm checking the condition 303 less than or is equal to 300. Now this condition is false. Now I value will be printing 303. Have you understood, ma? Now your I value is printing 303. Have you understood, ma? Yes, that's great. Super people. Right, so here's your next. So the output when the following code is executed, what will be the output for the following code? What is the output of this following code? Yes. What is the output for this following code? So your options are compilation error, TCS Ninja exam, runtime error, and then TCS NQT exam. Yes, so what is the error? Again, I'm giving you the code. Yes, come on. Option A. Everyone is saying option A. Some of you are saying option D. How you are saying it's compilation error? Da? Actually, your answer is TCS Ninja exam. How is? So check your code again. So x is equal to 2 here. So inside your if statement, you are having x minus minus, right? So 2 minus x minus minus means the value will be decremented by 1, right? So x minus 1 will be 1. Now your x value is 1. Again minus minus x is there. So again 1 minus 1 will be 0. So again the last value is 6. If your brackets are there means it will take the last value to check the condition. So if of 0 means your value will be false. So automatically else part will be executed. So TCS Ninja exam will be executed. Their answer is TCS Ninja exam. Have you understood, ma? Yes, ma. So x is equal to 2, ma. So inside your if statement, what is here means x minus minus and minus minus x and x is there, right? So x minus minus means the value will be decremented by 1, right? So 2 minus 1 will be 1 now, correct? So 1 comma minus minus x is there. So what happens here? Minus minus x will be 1 minus 1 will be 0. So now x becomes 0. And then the last value x will be assigned as 0, right? So 1 comma 0 comma 0 means what will happen? So if the brackets is giving simply means it will take the last value as assignment. So if will take the 0. So if of 0 is the condition is false. So automatically it will comes out of your if block and else block will be executed. So else block TCS Ninja exam will be executed. Have you understood now? Yes, Kiran. Yeah, that's great. So make a note of it. Yes. So here's your next question. The total number of integers that are duplicates in an array list is. Yes. Try this code, ma. Yes, come on, try this. Come on. What is the answer? Yeah, people, come on. Yes. Yes. So here we'll check. So result of 20 array stored, array will be 20. So I equal to 1, j equal to 0 is there. So I less than is equal to 20 means I value is 1. So 1 less than or is equal to 20. If that condition is true, it will enter into the for loop. Sorry, for loop, right? So it will check you the condition 1 is divided by 3 is equal to 0. So the condition is false, right? So again, what will happen? Again, you are checking the condition. 1 is divided by 6 is equal to 0. So that condition is also false, means again the I value will be incremented. So I value will be incremented as 2. So 2 is again will be again we are checking the condition 2 is less than or is equal to 20. That condition is also true. So again it will check you the if condition, that is the value is divided by 3 or 6. 3 and 6, right? So the value will not be divided. So again, I value will be incremented, right? So what happens here is I need to check whether all the numbers between 1 to 20 with all which what are all the numbers, that is count of the numbers which is divisible by both 3 and 6. So here 6 will be divisible by 3 and 6, right? And also 12 will be divisible by 3 and 6. And also 18 will be divisible by 3 and 6. So 3 numbers, totally the count value is 3. So 3 will be printed. Have you understood, ma? Superb, Dhamma. So 3, 9. Yes. 9 will not be divisible by 6, da. Right? So 6, 12 and 18, 3 numbers will be divisible by 3 as well as your 6. And so we are we are counting all the 3 numbers and the output will be 3. Right. Yes, make a note of it. Make a note of it. Duplicate means you need to find the duplicate of the particular values. That's it. You need to, that is, you need to find how many values are divisible. Question will be confusing, but you need to find the correct answer, right? So next question. Give the following function definition. What would be the function called mystery 1, 15, 5? So this will be the recursive function, I hope, right? Yes, come on, try this and tell me the answer. Yes. Come on, people. Option A, 10 you are saying. How you are saying 10? Yes. So 15 minus 5 is 10 you are saying. Yes, 3 times the function is called, right? So int x comma int y. So x will be having the value of 15 and y will be having the value of 5, right? So we are checking the condition 15 is less than or is equal to 5. The condition is false. So again what will happen? The values will be passed, that is the else statement will be executed, right? So x minus y means 15 minus 5 will be 10. So 10 comma 5 will be passed again inside your recursive function, right? So 10 comma 5 will be passing there. And what happens? So we are checking 10 is less than or is equal to 5. The condition is false. So automatically moves to your else part, right? So again, the recursive function is calling again. So 10 minus 5 will be 5. So 5 comma 5 will be passed inside your recursive again. So again, we are checking the condition. 5 is less than or is equal to 5. Yes, that condition is true. So the value is returning x. So x value is 5 now. So your answer is 5. Have you understood this? Yes. Have you understood, ma? That's great. So here's your next question. So the value of minimum in the following segment runs to. Yes, come on. So int I equal to 0, minimum equal to intermin. The number is equal to 23, 48, 98, 1, 6, 8, 200, 10. We need to find the minimum value. So can you tell me what is the minimum value here inside your array? Yes, what's your minimum value? One. Check the question again. Check the question again. Your minimum value is, I have assigned my minimum value as intermin. I have assigned my minimum value as intermin. So what will be your answer? The answer will be minus 2147483648. Why? Error? How you are saying error, Manish? Actually, intermin is nothing but it is denoting you to the minimum range of the particular integer value. Minimum range of the particular integer value, right? So because after array initialization, that is come. That's not an issue, pa. That's not an issue. Actually, this is your fill in the blanks. So you need to fill what is the correct answer. That's it, ma. Right? So here you will be having intermin. So it will take the minimum range of the particular integer value. Right? So it will, the particular minimum range integer value is 2 power 31 minus 1 will be your answer. So 2 power 31 minus 31 minus 1 means, so your answer will be minus 2147836648 will be your answer, right? So that is the minimum value. Have you understood, ma? It is taking the minimum value, ma. That's it. Right? So here, just make a note of it. Right? So here's your next question. It 2 power 31 minus 1. Da. Right? So next, what is the value of this Java program? Tell me what is the value of this Java program? Yes. Your output will, sorry, your options are good night, beam, 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 good night.
So here's your question. Yes. What's your answer, Dhamma? Come on. Right? Good night beam. So good night beam is your correct answer. How? Because so having the super class and you will be having the extend class. So what I have given is with the help of the and the greeting string is static, right? So what will happen if you're calling the greeting string? It always moves to your parent class, and inside your parent class, it will be executing the good night, and after that, it will be executing the child class beam. So your answer will be good night beam. Super, Dhamma. Right, so next, what is the output of this Java program? Does your answer your options are before, after, and after before. Yes, go through the code now. Yes, come on. Before. So your answer is before. So how? Because this is your multi-threading, right? So my thread A is equal to new my thread. I'm just creating my object. So A dot start means automatically it will start your function running, right? So and it will be printing you before, and this dot stop means it will stops your execution, right? It is used to stop your execution. So automatically your execution will stop, right? So your answer will before. So yes, come on, try to note down this. Try to note down. Right? So here's your next question. So the value of maximum, you need to find the maximum value in the given array. Yes, come on. Yes, come on, try to tell the answer for this. So the answer will be 2147. So this is your maximum integer value. That is, it will be the maximum integer value that is we can store up to this range, right? So this is the value. Yes, super people. So 2147483647 will be your answer, right? So that is the maximum value where you can, that is up to that range, particular range we can store it, right? Super people. So here's your next. The for loop below computes 97 plus 94 plus 91 plus 4. So minus 3 is your answer. Minus 3 is your answer. So minus 3 is your answer. So I is equal to I minus 3. So how? Because value will be decrementing, subtracting, that is decrementing 3 values, right? So 97 minus 3 will be 94. And 94 minus 3 will be 91, and it goes on up to 4, right? So I is equal to I minus 3 is your answer. Where should we practice questions for coding TCS NQT exam? These questions you can practice. You can just type in the website, and we will be posting all the videos, recorded videos, and we are posting the session in YouTube also. So you can check Sufno Technologies, and you can learn these things also, right? So next question. So output of the following code after the execution is. So high is equal to 21 and number is equal to 16. Come on, tell this. Yes, come on. $17. Yes, 19, 18. Yes. Actually, your answer is 19. Superb, Dhamma. So what will happen here is, so number is less than 21 means, so I'm checking the condition. 16 is less than 21. Yes, that condition is true. And I'm checking whether 16 is divisible by 3. It is not divisible. So again, the num plus plus means, so the 16 will be incremented by 17, and 17 less than 21, the condition is true. 17 modulo 3, a condition will be getting false. So automatically your number will be incremented as 18. 18 less than 21, yes, that condition is true. So 18 modulo 3 is that condition is also true. So printf num plus 1 I am printing. So 19 will be printed, and then 18 will be incremented by 19, and 19 less than 21, your condition is false. That's sorry, true. The if condition will be getting false, and again num value will be incremented as 20. So 20 less than 21, that condition true, and if condition is getting false, so again num value will be 21. So 21 less than 21, the automatically it comes out of your loop. Why? Because 21 less than 21 is false, right? So your answer is 19, right? So next question. In a class diagram, there is an arrow that starts at A and ends at B, means what is your output? Which means, what is the answer? Yes. Option A, actually a correct answer is B is the parent class of A. Your correct answer is B is the parent class of A. Why? Because starts at A and ends at B means A will be at the downside, right? So A will be at the bottom and A will be at the top side, means B is the parent class of A. Starts at A and ends at B. A will be at the downside. Actually, like this. So A will be here and it ends at B, right? So A is the child class and B is the parent class. So B is the parent of A. If starts with A, if it starts with B means and ends with A means, so A will be the parent class of A, A is the parent class of B, you can tell, but this is starts with A. The starting from A and ending with B means so B is the parent class of A here, right? So correct answer is B is the parent class of A. Right? Arrow points towards parent class, so B. Okay, ma. So next, consider the following recursive function. You need to find which line the error is having. So line 1, line 2, line 3 and 0. Yeah, come on, just go through the code. Yes. Right? So line 1, your answer is line 2. Why? Because you will be having x is equal to 1, right? If it is 1, the value will not be, that is the if condition will not be satisfied. If you want to calculate the LCM means you should, the values will be changed. And again you are initializing again and again the recursive function is calling. I'm initializing the value of 1, right? So this is called as, so the error is in line 2. So next. So yes, this is your question, and here's your 1, 2, 3, and 0. Here's your question. Yes, come on, tell me the answer for this. Answer is 2. How you are saying to, actually your answer is 3. How your answer is 3? How your answer is 3? Actually, here I'm just checking where are you, that is I'm passing my string inside my where are you function. I'm finding the index position of B. So my sentence is no big sentence. So n will be stored at the 0th position and 1 will be stored at the 0 will be stored at the first position and space will be stored at the second position and B will be stored at the third position, right? So your answer is 3. Just I'm finding the index position of the particular character B. Have you understood, ma? Yes, the people. Have you understood? That's great. So here's your next question. What will be the output of this following? Just go through the code, ma. Yes, just go through the code. This page is 2 to 3 pages will be there. Yes, come on. Just go through the question. So here I'm just creating my intersection, and then I have used my sort method, and then I'm setting my set intersection method. Right? That's only way I have given. Yes, come on. Yes, come on. So next question. So next is here. So the next part of the question is here. So inside my main function, I have created two vectors. So I'm creating the another vector and I'm just doing my intersection. So here's your option. 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Yes. So back to code. Here's back to code. Right. So here's your options. Right. So question again. Wait, 432 is your answer. Yes, your answer is 432. How? Because here I have created the intersection means. So intersection will take you the common elements, right? So 5 it will not be executed. Why? Because so 5 is in small letter here and here it is capital letter. So it won't get matched. It is not same, right? So next it will be checking you the 4. So 4 is same. So it will print you the 4. Right, and we are checking the 1. So 1 is not same. Why? Because any 1 in O is small letter and inside your vector 2 O will be in capital letter. Right. So 1 will not be taken. And 3 is same and 2 is same. So 432 is your answer. Yes, come on, note on this. Yes. Right. So here's your second page. Right. So yes, here. So next question. So this question will be of 4 pages. Right, just go through each and every page now. right? So here I have created my vegetable class and then string name. So vegetable n is there, and again inside my vegetable function I'm having my void health and sorry name is equal to n and void health info function. So no info available is there, right? So next, so root vegetable class I'm having, and this is your inheritance. So this is extending your vegetable class, right? So I'm having void health info. So root vegetables are low in calories and high in antioxidants, right? Yes, come on. Please kindly mute yourself, ma. Right. Yes. Yes. I've muted ma, no issues. So here's the next. So I'm created my leaf vegetable class. So inside this I'm having the health info function. So leaf vegetables are low in calories and high in proteins. Right. So here also I'm having the leaf vegetable class. Yes, come on. Right. So here's your next. So I've created this is your main class, and I'm just having my vegetable. I'm created my object for vegetable class and passing the value of capsicum, and I'm created the object for root vegetable, and I'm passing the value of carrot and creating my leaf vegetable, or that is object for leaf vegetable L, and I'm passing the value of spinach, and I'm calling my L dot health info. So here's your options. Yes, no info available. So your answer is leaf vegetables are low in calories and calories and fat and high in protein. Why? Because see here, I'm just passing my leaf vegetable class alone. I'm calling my L dot health info alone. So L dot health info automatically moves to your leaf vegetable and health info function will be called here. So your answer will be leaf vegetables are low in calories. Yes. Have you understood, ma? Yeah, that's great. So just note down this. Just note down this. Yes, so here's your next slide. So here's your next slide. Just make a note of it, Dhamma. Right? So here's your next slide. Yes, people. So here's your next slide. Right. Right. So here's your next slide. So here's your next question, ma. Yes, come on. So here I have created my vector, an iterator IO stream. So next I have just created my public Boolean operator. So inside my vector I have passed ABC, DEF, GHI and JKL, MNO and PQR everything. Right. So what happens here is, so what is your question is, what is the fourth line of output in the following output code, right? So you need to find what is the fourth line of output. Yes, come on. What is the fourth line of output? What is the fourth line of output? So here's your next line. Why is it VWX, PQR and ABC? Why is it VWZ, PQR and ABC? So here's your code. What is your option, ma? What's your option? VWX, how you are saying VWX? So your answer will be PQR. Why? Because so it will be giving the fourth line. So iterator means it's nothing but iterator will give you the code and we are just reversing the code here. Right? So reversing the code, what will happen? YZ will be at the first line and VWX will be at the second line and STU will be at the third line and PQR is at the fourth line. So fourth line of input will be PQR. I'm just reversing the slide. Sorry, I'm just reversing the values inside your array. So YZ will be at the first line, VWX will be at the second line, and STU is at the third line, and PQR is at the fourth line. Right? So your correct answer is PQR. Right. Have you understood, Dhamma? Yeah. So here's your next question. So I've just created the class, created the enum, and then burritos is equal to 3, pizza is equal to -1, and pasta and burger. So enum food is equal to A equal to 0. So I'm having case burritos. So printf will be having Little Italy, and Pizza Hut is pizza case is having Pizza Hut. Right. So come on, go through this. I'll share the next line. Sorry, next slide. Yes, just go through it. I'll share the next slide. Right. So here's your next slide. So pasta bar Veneto, and Burger King is there. So your answer options are compilation error, Burger King, pasta bar Veneto, and Pizza Hut. So what is your option, ma? What's your options, da? Option B, C, Burger King. How you are saying Burger King? I'm just passing A is equal to 0, right? Right? Yes. Just go through the question carefully. Right? Actually, your answer is option A. So compilation error. Why compilation error is inside your switch statement. So you inside your cases, you will be having only characters or else you will be having integer alone. Yes, A equal to 0. Yes, inside your cases, you should have only characters as well as your integer values or float values alone, right? It should not take as any string. So inside your cases, inside your switch statements, cases should always have your integer as well as your character or else float value alone. So the values will not support the string values. So it is like it will be giving you the compilation error, right? So here's your next question. So what is the size of how far is Chennai? So you need to find the output for this particular code, right? So I'm just passing the value as how far is Chennai. So your options are how space far space is question mark and how far is Chennai is without spaces and Chennai. Yes, come on, tell me this answer. Yes. So your options are this. So can you tell me what is the correct answer? How far is how far? How far is Chennai and Chennai? And your code is this. How far is Chennai? There is no option. How far is Chennai? You have written like how space, far space is space. But here the options is without using any spaces. Yes. See? Yes, your answer is option C. Why? Because here I'm just deleting the spaces alone, right? So how far is Chennai? Here I'm deleting the spaces alone. So what will happen here is I have deleted all my spaces inside my string, whatever I have passed. So I'm deleting all these spaces means the remaining your characters will be how far is Chennai will be printed out without all these spaces, right? Yes, come on, just note on the question. Right? So here, next code. So which of the length of the string is displayed by the following? So I'm just passing, no, it's wrong, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. So what will be your answer here? Yes. So your options are 0, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Answer is 0. Actually, your answer is 1. Can you tell me how the answer is 1? Actually, I'm passing the string as no, it's wrong, right? So the character array will be having and just finding the particular character size alone, right? So that particular character size alone, the sizes will be 1. So it will give you the 1. I'm just finding the particular character sizes alone. So particular character size will be 1. And I'm just finding the substring. So that substring will be 1, right? So here's your next code. What is the length of the string displayed in the following? So just I'll tell you the options. 4103. 4103. Yes. So go through the code here, ma. Yes. You are saying answer is 1. How you are saying answer is 1? Actually, your answer is 4. How? Because so I'm just passing many and I'm just finding what is the length of that particular word many, right? So many is having 4 letters. So M will be 1 and A will be 2, N will be 3 and Y will be 4, right? So many is consisting of 4 letters. So the length of the string many is 4. So the output will be 4. Have you understood, ma? Just go through the code, people. Right. So here's your next question. So you need to find what is the equivalent while loop for the following loop. For the following for loop. So I equal to 0, j is equal to 5, k is equal to 10, I less than 10, I plus plus and j plus equal to 5. So here j value will be first, the j value will be first incremented, then only I value will be incremented, right? So printf j. So just go through the code. I will just show you the options. Yes. So here's your first option. Yes. So here's your next two options. Option C. Yes, your correct answer is option C. So why? Because first I'm initializing I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 5, right? So same also here, but here j value is printing, but I is equal to 0, j equal to 5 and k is equal to 10. So here is there, but I'm checking I less than 10. You should not take I less than k. You should find directly I less than 10. So this is the option is not correct. And B, first we are printing, so that is also not correct, right? So and j plus 5 is there, so j plus 5 is also not correct. And check with the D option, I is less than 10, but printing is done at the last. So it is also not satisfied. So here C option, so as I is directly checking with the 10, and printf, J will be printing first, then J value will be incrementing first, then I value will be incrementing first. So your correct answer is option C. Yes, so here's your next code. So ABC 99, I'm just passing inside my queue. Right, just go through the code, ma. Right. Right. So your options are ABC, ABC 99, ABC hyphen 99, and 99. So can you tell me what is your option? Yes. Divya, please don't scribble on the screen, Divya. Please don't scribble on the screen, Divya. Yes, ABC 99, superb Dhamma. Actually, how? Because, so this is your queue, right? So first queue dot size means until whatever we are running. Divya, please stop scribbling. Don't write in the screen. Please stop it, Divya. Sorry, Dhamma. So here priority queue is there, right? So ABC 99 will be passing here. So first what will happen? Queue is nothing but queue will be having first in first out principle, right? So first I'm just passing my ABC 99. So the first standing in the queue is A. So what will happen? A will be at the top now. So then A will be popped out. So again first A will be printed. Again I'm passing B. So B will be at the top now, and again B will be popped out. And again, so now B will be printed. So already the A and B is printed already. So now C will be at the top. Now C will be deleted, and hyphen will be at the top, and hyphen will be deleted, and 9 will be at the top, and 9 will be deleted, and again 9 will be at the top, and again 9 will be deleted. So whatever the elements you have inserted, that elements will be at the top and it will be deleted, right? It will be popped out of it, right? So ABC 99 is your correct answer. Super, people. So here's your next. So what's the output of this following program? Yes. Yes. So your options are CEO, PM, CEO, PM, and none of the above. So here's your remaining code. So what I have in the code is, so public void designation. So first PM will be printed, and inside your class CEO, I'm just giving the CEO designation, right? So I'm just creating the class that is object for the CEO class. So your output, what is your output? CEO will be your output. Why? Because I'm just creating my pointer variables. I'm just creating my object for the CEO class alone. So I'm calling CEO designation only. So CEO will be your output, right? Super, people. So now next here. This is your next code. Which keyword is used to attack the boo and who and foo, which will make them inaccessible in class B? Yes. So you're saying A, volatile. Actually, your answer is strict. So strict keyword was used to. So strict keyword is used to will make them inaccessible. Right. So next, consider the following statements. So you need to find the recursive, that is binary equivalent for the particular number. Yes. Options 1502. 1502. Yes, your option is 2. So recursive function will be, you will be given. So line number 2 is here, which takes a correct decimal. So the option is line number 2. Right. So next question. So here maximum value into max I'm having and 923 again I'm having. So you need to find the maximum value. Yes. What is your maximum value? Super people. So 2147, 483647 will be your answer. So this is your maximum value will be that maximum integer size, right? Super people. Yes, so today your session is over. So again tomorrow session will be there. So you can join tomorrow, right? Thank you so much people.